Hi guys, hope you're well. Welcome to my channel, Headset. Today's video is going to be a tips video. And I had kind of started doing this and then kind of stopped. I have a tips video on eyeliner, so I'll link it down below. So what I do is basically I go through kind of some products and explain to you what I've learned so far that has helped me how to use that product. So today's is concealer, and I have three concealers. I have the Benefit Boi-ing concealer, the e.l.f. corrective concealer, and the Maybelline Dream Lumi concealer. So there's three different types, I'm hoping, but that's what I use currently. And yeah, so I also do want to apologize that I would normally show you guys on my face. I also have a little scar blemish, but I don't want to scare you guys. My face is a little bit puffy. It's a bit swollen because I've had an allergy for something. My allergies are playing up, so my eyes are a bit puffy and it doesn't look nice. So I don't want to scare you guys, so I do apologize for that. And I don't really want to put any makeup on that may irritate my skin as well by, you know, like pulling and cleaning off later. So I do apologize for that. I did have makeup looks planned, but then I just had this allergy, so I'm on anti-allergy medicine and stuff like that just to help reduce the swelling and stuff. But I'm hopefully as soon as this goes, I will do the makeup looks for you guys, because I have quite a few planned as well. So back to the video. I'm going to just start off with the Benefit Boi-ing concealer. It's a very thick concealer. It is unfortunately the wrong shade for me, so I'm going to try and show you guys on my hand, so I do apologize for that again. But it is a really thick concealer. It is, I think, a warm toned concealer. So it has a little bit of a warm tone, so you can see this is number 3, I think, yeah. So I'll just show you guys, this is the consistency. It's pretty thick, and what I like to do is, thinking it's an imaginary pimple here, I just put it on the actual pimple and then I blend out the edges only. So this blends quite nicely into the skin without too much tugging or anything, and it's such a quite a thick concealer that it does stay, but I do set it with a powder just so it lasts a little bit longer through the day. So that's the shade. I'll show you guys swatches on a blog post if you're just wondering what the shade is properly. The e.l.f. corrective concealer I like using for the same thing, to use to cover blemishes and stuff like that. It is a little bit thinner in consistency compared to the Boi-ing concealer, but it still has that creamy effect, and that's why I like it, because you can still blend it using pimples. Yeah, this one is Neutralize and Brighten. I'll just leave this out of the frame for now. And I have 2 concealer colors. It has a little mirror, and it used to have a little brush, but I just put the brush, I washed it and put it away because I didn't really need it. I prefer using my fingers for concealer. I feel like it warms up the product a little bit and just helps to blend it nicely into the skin. So you have your 2 concealer colors, and then you have a green kind of concealer for neutralizing redness, pinkish kind of concealer to brighten up. So if you have a little bit of a yellow undertone, it's used for that. I like this to mix the two, because this is a bit too light for me and this is a bit too dark for me right now. So what I do is I'll just show you guys. You can see it's kind of like butter. It's such a nice consistency. It's nice and creamy, and it's the same kind of technique I go for. Can you guys see? I hope you guys can see. You just dot, like, that's a little bit too much, and then you blend it out. So normally on the edges, but I sometimes just blend it out on top, and then I do a little bit of another layer. I find that this is more of a cream to powder finish, so that's why I only use it to spot conceal, because once I did try to use it underneath my eyes and it just didn't work, because it had that powdery finish and it looked really strange on me for some reason. So that's what I tend to use it for, mainly for spots. And if I have a little bit of redness that day, then I try and do some neutralizing, but it never goes to plan. So yeah, so this is why I really like this palette. One, it's also affordable. It has a little mirror in it, as you can see, and I just like it because it's the right consistency to blend out. Sometimes I feel like the Boi-ing one is a little bit too thick, but it does. And I found that this lasts an okay amount of time as well. So the last concealer I want to talk about is the Maybelline Dream Lumi Touch Concealer, and this is the highlighting concealer. And I found that personally, these type of concealers, because it's in a pen, it just works a lot better for underneath my eyes, because it's a little bit more liquidy, not too liquidy. And the same, I use my finger to blend it out. I just dab it, like dot it on my eyes, and then I just blend it out. And that's why I really like it. This is what it looks like here. This is number 3 Sand Sable, and it's just the right consistency and the right just the right consistency to blend out a lot easily. That's why I really like it. And excuse, even though these do get a little bit messy, which is just the unfortunate part, but otherwise I really do like this concealer. I do the same, I just blend it out with my finger, and if I need to apply another layer, then I apply another layer, and I also do set it. I set it using like a small brush, especially like this, something like this, nice and fluffy. This is just random brand brush, but I can't speak today, excuse me. So yeah, so this is what I like using, and I tend to use, depending on what I'm feeling, but mainly I use a translucent powder like this, which has no white or any color to it, just so it so it helps to last a little bit longer. And if I want a little bit more of coverage, then I use one that has a bit of a like color to it, like this one. So yeah, so I tend to use loose powders to set underneath my eyes as well. So that's it, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this video. To kind of summarize, I would recommend to set your concealer just so that it lasts a little bit longer. So you can use a translucent powder or something that has a little bit more coverage if you want a little bit more coverage. I found that thick cream concealers like the Benefit Boi-ing is better for spot concealing, because it's got such a thick consistency that it's just a lot easier to blend as well on the actual blemish. And something also like the same with the e.l.f., it's just a thicker consistency, it's just a lot easier to blend, because I have tried it underneath the eyes and just doesn't seem to work for me personally. I have found though that, like I mentioned, the Maybelline Dream Lumi, because it has a little bit of a more of a liquidy consistency for the under the eyes, it just blends a lot easily, and I've personally preferred using my finger because it just warms up the product a little bit, and it's just you can get a little bit more precision with it as well. You can use a sponge like this one here that is just to help blend it out, but I just found that you waste less product this way, and you just get a more precise application as well. And yeah, I think that is pretty much it. So thank you again so much for watching. I'll do a little blog post for you guys just in case I've left anything out, and just if you want swatches and stuff like that and close-ups of the products that I've mentioned. And as always, I'll link my social medias down below for you guys, so if you'd like, please do follow me on them, just so you're kept in the know of when I do upload. And yeah, that's it. So thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!